Today I'll be reviewing the newest additions to Fire Emblem Heroes through the Guardians of Peace banner. I know I'm very late to the party, but I was traveling and couldn't record this on time, but still I am doing this. First off we have Laram, which is an infantry dagger dancer, the same movement and weapon type and color as Tethys, which was released in the previous banner. But there are also other infantry dagger units that came before, such as Performing Arts Olivia and the colored variants for Hoshidan Summer, such as Elincia and Ryoma. Laram comes with a base stat total of 156, which is not that bad, but since she's a dancer, low BST is practically required. Her speed is where she shines, with a base 39 and a super boom. With a little more, such as skills, refine or merges, she could run offensive sets with Red Hot Ducks or Flashing Blade even, anything that would benefit from her speed. Her attack works for killing only some dragons due to her weapon, Dragon Slasher, but she's going to need specials or more investment to truly shine, since all her stats are invested in her HP, speed and res, which also leaves her defense pretty low at 18, making it hard to tank some blows in any mode, really. For her skills, Dragon Slasher Plus, which is an inheritable dagger, is similar to Splashy Bucket Plus, which was released for Hostile Springs Hinoka this January, but with just a little change. Splashy Bucket cancels breath effect, which, in other words, it nullifies the effect that if your range is 2, it will calculate damage based on the lower of foe's defense or resistance. And it changes to cancel attack priority, which will cancel the effects of skills like Desperation and Vantage, but it's for both for the foe and for her, so using her with Desperation or Vantage is not viable since they will not work. About dance there's not much to say, so for Design Trap it was limited to Spring Paula and Summer Gunthra. I forgot about her when I typed that. And since her defense is pretty low, placing her on traps, which are usually placed on danger areas in ether raids, could mean certain death for her, because she will get harmed in any way, and with a defense as low as 18, it's best to change this skill for something else. Speed Res Gap is a good skill, but very niche. Just not that many units have both high speed and resistance, aside from mages, especially blue mages. There are some exceptions, but still, when attack speed or attack defense gap are released later, they should work better with pretty much every single infantry and cavalry unit, due to them having generally high speed and defense for tankier units or attack for sweepers. But Speed Res Gap will also not benefit Nagi or Faye, who could get the benefit from the res part, because they have low speed, and it generally will affect flyers the most since they have the highest speed res combo. As for Percival, he is a Lance Cavalry unit, the same class and type as Sirius, which also released fairly recently. He comes with amazing stats and skills, starting with his good defense, resistance and speed combo, which are pretty amazing for a cavalry unit, which tend to have the lowest base stat total. And his skills make this combo even better. His attack could use some help, it's kind of low, but proccing Luna or any special skill and his other skills can sustain him in the long run. For his skills, Prize Lance is an amazing weapon because not only it reduces your cooldown by 1, but also if your HP is at 100%, if your HP is full, you inflict cooldown +1 on foe, so it's kind of a guard effect, and along with that you get +4 to all stats, making him very dangerous. Luna is a good special to combo because it now procs in 2 attacks, so its cooldown gets reduced. His weapon suffers mainly from the 100% HP threshold, making a combo with Noontime or Soul work really great, or even with Mythic Boost, but Mythic Boost is way more limited, only to Air. Mythic Air, because there's only one. Attack Defense Solo worked great with his movement type, since Cavaliers are generally alone after moving, due to their high movement. and it helps to secure the weapon proc, or in other words, his defense will go up by 6, making it easier to tank some hits from especially red foes. It would work better, attack defense solo would work even better if Prize lands, instead of having to meet the 100% HP threshold, it needed just for you to be alone with no adjacent allies, just like Sirius, and it would synergize even further, but still it's pretty good for what we have. Low attack speed also increases his defense along with his speed, which will make him take less damage due to the +3 death or res boost, and for his speed it will either stop follow-up attacks granted by full speed, or make him double, make Percival double, which will make him deal more damage and also take less damage because he won't get doubled fairly easily. Raw's attack defense works the same way as attack defense solo because it needs you to be alone, but it also helps against magic or dragon foes because of the res boost, and it works in the exact opposite way as Legendary Tiki's with everyone C skill because it needs you to be with someone, and Raw's is the exact opposite, and even grants some more boosts because it grants +6 to defense stats, while with everyone grants only +5 to Tiki and her ally. And if your build works, if you have a character whose build needs you to be far from allies, like Legendary Ephraim or Edelgard's PRFs, Raw's attack def res or if any Raw skill will also work pretty nicely. For Echidna, she is the guaranteed mode this time, but she also has some pretty sweet stats, making her another amazing accessible X-Infantry unit. Her attack and speed could be better for more offensive builds, and her defense and resistance could be better for some defensive builds. And that's what makes her great, because she is like Cormac, she's really easy to build, she's really flexible. She has many build options, and you don't need to rely solely on boons or assets to make her different. You don't need to have a plus speed to make her speedy. No, you don't need to have plus res to make her to make her resistance good. She's very flexible on that. Rearguard brings another sword and lance to the hand of X users, being the Vanguard, which is the equivalent of the lance, which grants +7 defense, and the Safeguard for swords. It grants +7 defense on enemy phase, which, if you're using this, it'll shape Echidna to be a defensive unit, or if you want to fodder it, it'll make other X users more defensive, which they weren't able to do that much until now. It also works really great, with steady stand 3 or 4. 4 is way more expensive than 3, which you can get from a 3-star or 4-star Silas. 3-star you just need to upgrade to 4-star. Soul can be changed for Bonfire if you're using Rearguard because it'll combo with the extra speed. But it also can be changed to best feature build. If you're going for something related to resistance, change it to Iceberg. And as it goes. Present speed resistance has the same problem as Larum's C skill. So that there are better replacements, because speed resistance combo is not the best combo. There are better ones such as Norn's speed defense, present speed defense, which is also available at 4-star, and it combos way better for Echidna because she already has rear guard, so more defense is great, or even attack speed, present attack speed, which are available they're way more exclusive, but there's the tier 4 version. Tier 4 is always the best. And also, drive attack is even more accessible now, because it can be obtained from a 4-star unit, and you don't need to upgrade it to 5-star. It's already available at base 4-star. And finally, the beast of the banner, Igreen. She's the first Red Bow unit and is also an infantry unit, with amazing stats along with her 2 massive Camillas. Her attack, if you have a super boon and her weapon equipped, can go up to 55 base, along with her high 37 base speed. With a boon can go up to 40 base speed, which makes her an amazing damage dealer and also hard not to get double, just like Legendary Om, which, it's one of the hardest units to not get doubled. Her defense and resistance aren't the best because she's supposed to use Life and Death 4. But if for some reason you want to build her on her defenses, it is indeed possible, because she also gets a super boon on defense and gets a base 26 defense. Guardian's Bow, not only it has -1 cooldown effect, just like Percival's, but also if your speed is higher than your foes, it inflicts -5 to all of foes' stats. And it's almost always guaranteed to proc, you'll see later. And it makes her way more dangerous than she already was with her stats. Blazing Wind, it is as destructive as Ophelia's special, which will allow her to destroy the foe you're targeting and also deal massive collateral damage. With her weapon and special Spyro, the cooldown on Blazing Wind will go down to 1, which will proc after every attack. The main difference from Ophelia is that Ophelia can get the special charged on turn 1, while a green first needs to charge and proc it once, then she can become an Ophelia. Life and Death 4, unlike Steady or Mirror Impact, does not add another effect to the skill. It just further increases your speed and attack by 2 when compared to Life and Death 3. It's just like Fortress Defense Resistance 3, and Death Blow 4, which only add more. They don't need to. For example, Steady and Mirror Impact, which create the effect where you do not take a follow-up from foe. And if you have her weapon and Life and Death 4 equipped, her attack reaches an amazing 63, and her speed gets to 49. And with 49 speed, you're almost guaranteed to get the effect and deal -5 to all of foe stats. Bull Smoke used to be exclusive to Groom Pant, and it helps a green to prevent heavy special damage, making her able to survive a blow or 2 in arena. In Aether Raids, due to the Dancer Galore and Season Cancer, let me say like that, it's way harder to survive, but if you just attack it once, use Bull Smoke and then throw out a tank in front, it can help him not take that much damage. And also, prepare to see a green a lot in Arena and Aether Raids. Her color isn't the best to pull on, and she is also not as broken as, for example, Duo Hector. But she is amazing, and if Ophelia was popular, she is gonna be popular. For Chad, the newest 3 and 4 star addition to the game, he's an infantry dagger unit with considerably high 37 base speed and an attack it's meddling 30 attack. His defenses also aren't the worst, making it possible to build him around any stat you desire. You can build him to be speedy, defensive. His build is supposed to be defensive because he comes with Rogue Dagger Plus, which after attack inflicts -5 death res on only the foe, not on foes within 2 spaces, and grants +5 defense and resistance only to himself, which will enable him to deal more damage and also to take less damage later. And this weapon could be replaced by anything if you want him to be more offensive. Barb Shuriken, Dragon Slasher, even anything. He also has drawback and escape route, pretty common, and Speed Smoke 3, which is an amazing skill and is unlocked at 4 star. You don't even need to spend 20,000 feathers on Chad because you can get Speed Smoke on 4 star. It's amazing. The Tempest Trio unit is Brunya, a Blue Tome infantry unit. She has amazing stats. Everyone in this banner has amazing stats except for Chad, and she can have a destructive attack stat when her tome, Fimbulvetter, procs. And she also has great resistance, along with a workable speed stat. You can make her double and have a good speed stat. Fimbulvetter, it grants base +3 res, and if there's any penalty active on it, or if her HP is not full, just like Idun's weapon effect, it grants +4 to all stats and neutralizes penalties. So if you're trying to, I don't know, use chill attack against her, not only she's going to deny that effect, the -7, but also she's going to get +4 to her attack. A great combo for her tome is Bresh Assault. Well, if you've played the newest Tempest Trials, you could have seen the final boss use it, and it takes full advantage of the combo because, at least in Tempest Trials, if she does not die in 1 round, which usually does not happen, she is gonna have Breath Assault, Charge, and +4 to all stats granted by female veteran. Glaciers also boosts damage considerably because of her good resistance, and Death Blow 3 help her deal damage, and Red Smoke also help her deal damage. It used to be extremely exclusive, but now is available at 4 star. Overall, she's an amazing unit, and it's not that expensive to build her. You only need to give her a B skill and a support skill. Myself, I gave her Breath Assault because I had a bar battery around, and I almost didn't spend anything building her. Anyway, this has been my opinion on the banner. Thank you for watching, and may you get good luck on pulling the units you want.